Well, today I wanted to look at homework 2.1, which is just for us to practice with. And there's, I think, 4 or 5 ERD problems here. So the first one, we have a chain of donut shops. And you come up with a list of entities here. The donut shop, the donut. Notice we have a few things here. We have like a Boolean here, bakery, yes or no. Same thing, owned or rented. Years in inventory would be a derived attribute. And toppings we multi-valued. Now a few business rules we end up having. So a donut shop can brew and serve one or more types of coffee. A type of coffee can be served at one or more donut shops. So let's stop and just go down and take a look at that. I have a solution right here. So donuts shop, I assumed it could serve no coffees, although it probably has to serve at least one. So notice here I have owner, question mark, bakery, question mark. And in the donut shop, so, well, coffee could be served at no donut shops if you have a coffee nobody likes, for example. And then the donut shop serves many or one coffees. That would be a type of coffee, okay. A donut shop can serve one or more types of donuts. A donut can be served at one or more donut shops. So we have a donut shop serves donuts. Here, I made this a many to many. Notice how we have years in inventory in brackets, meaning it's calculated, derived. A donut shop can serve one or more types of bagels. A bagel can be served at one or more types of donut shops. And again, down here we have serves. We have toppings and squiggly braces, meaning there's more than one, multi-valued. And up here we have the donut shop. We simply have a bagel could not be served. I could have done the same with donut, I guess. And then finally, let's see, certain types of coffee can be served with certain types of bagels. For example, one could order French roast coffee with a cinnamon raisin bagel. However, you can't order, say, cinnamon with raisin bagel with cinnamon coffee. So you could think about that. Well, do I want to keep track of the exceptions? Do I want to keep track of the actual things that can be served together? I did it that way. So I just simply put a many to many between coffee. So coffee could be served with maybe no bagels, but perhaps one or more. And the same thing here. So what that would do is result in a table, which we'll look at soon how to do this, which would have the coffee ID and the bagel ID together. Okay, so I would just look at this list and say, oh, well, I can serve these two together and I'm perfectly fine. So that's the first one. Second one was a daycare. So here we have a daycare center, a parent, a child, age is derived, calculated, dietary restrictions multi-valued, relative, and then a few business rules. A daycare can have one or more children, a child can be only one daycare. So sounds like a one-to-many there. Let's go down and look at that. So daycare cares for many children, at least one. Child's cared for at one daycare. Okay. A daycare center has one or more parents. A parent can only use one daycare, so same kind of thing. Parent uses one daycare. Daycare has one or more parents. A parent can have multiple children, but must have at least one child. So parent has one or more children. And then a child can have one or two parents. What that says up here. So we have we put some more constraints on the multi-valued, the mandatory many here. So we have 2 for upper limit, 1 for lower limit. And then finally, let's see, we have a child can have 0, 1 or more relatives. Pick up the child. A relative can be for more than one child, so that's the emergency pickup. So they have no, or they have one or many. So that's basically it for that one. Okay. Next one down is automobile. So we have the automobile, the brakes, the engine, the tires, and transmission. Now a few rules. An automobile has one engine, but an engine type can be in several automobiles. So that's not a specific engine, it's a type, right? So automobile contains one engine. Engine could be used in one, none, or many. So it could be an experimental engine that never gets used, for example. And then we have an automobile has one transmission, but a transmission type can be used in several automobiles. So very similar to that. Okay. Automobile uses one transmission. Transmission is one, none of many. An automobile has one or more types of brakes. Brake type can be in one or more automobiles. So brakes, I thought you could have drum brakes in the back and disc brakes in the front, things like that. So that's why I put that as a many. And then tire, one or more types of tires. Tire can be in one or more automobiles, or none. So automobile uses one or more tires. Tires could be in no automobiles, could be in many. That's a type of tire. So I guess conceivably you could have 4 different types of tires, although it's not a good idea to do that. You could, okay, or you could have snow tires in the front and regular tires in the back, things like that. Alright, that's that one. The very last one is for a library. So, no, sorry, it's a movie rental store. Similar to the library one, it's very similar to this. So we have customers and movies and movie copy. So notice how movie copy has a copy ID. That's kind of just out there, like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So that just tells me that maybe this is set up as a weak entity. So we have movie has those double lines here, movie copy. So customer one none one of many movies. Movie can be rented by one none many customers. We need the date rented, the fee, and date returned. So I would say the customer rents a copy, right? Not the exact movie. Same thing, you go to a library. Sometimes you get a library book and it's copy 1 of 3 or whatever. So you're renting. So notice the difference here. Double line here tells me that's a weak identifying relationship. It's a weak entity, the strong entity. Single is just a regular relationship with some attributes here. Okay, so that's the last one. I hope that was helpful for you. We'll look at taking these and converting those to relations, which eventually become tables. That would be something we'll do in the next few weeks. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Be happy to answer those. Thanks.